Ep.34 got a nigga line. Hey, don't swear, don't swear, hey, don't swear. Bush line.
All right. Here we go. Here we go. No games, just business podcast, episode 34, fellas. Episode 34. I'm Darius. I'm here with my cousin Jimmie. What's good, cuz? How you feeling? How you living?
Feeling good today. I'm feeling good today. Feeling good. Great. It feels great to add a fourth. Isaiah was good with you
What's up? What's up? Good morning.
Isaiah in the
in
building.
the building, man. We in turn.
Is it just me or Jimmie lagging over there?
Definitely breaking up a little bit. And we got my man
We in
Don. What's
playoff
good,
time.
Don?
I can't complain. Felt like I got out for work this morning, but cannot complain.
You on the clock? You done punched in?
Yeah, man.
Hey,
Luckily, these hours normally go by fast. So
what they say, early bird get the worm first. That's what we doing, man. That's what we doing. Man, oh man, we got some playoff basketball. We got the draft coming up this week. I done seen Tank Davis knock my man
Garcia.
Garcia out yesterday. Not knock him smooth out, but he knocked him down to where he wasn't getting back up. That's a good fight, man. Good fight. Looks like we still lost Jimmie at the moment.
Yeah, I got home and I said, "Do I feel like trying to watch that fight?" But that thing wasn't working, so I said, "You know what? Bump it. I'm going to sleep. I gotta get up early anyway." I said, "Bump it."
Man, oh man, it was definitely a good one to see. Isaiah, you saw that fight?
Nah, I didn't get a chance to catch it, man. It came on a little too late for me.
Yeah, I know. I hate when they be dragging out the main event
Yeah.
for it to start. I'm like, yo, just let's get it going, man. What's going on? What's going on? But in other news, Don,
Yo,
your heat, man, got 2 wins so far.
you know how we do. You know what
Or
I'm saying?
is that Giannis just like here you go.
I tell you this. I tell you this. If Giannis come back next game, I would not be surprised if we lose the next 3. I ain't gonna lie to you. I mean, we whooped their ass yesterday, but I mean it's the same thing with the Lakers. Lakers won and it was home court. It just said the Warriors blew the Kings out. It just seemed like your first game back home, you got all that energy, the fans with you. So I'm not surprised by what happened, but I think game 4 gonna be a lot closer.
Yeah, I agree.
Isaiah, I guess you was feeling pretty good the other day that your bum ass Warriors won.
Damn.
Yeah. I was feeling pretty good. I like the adjustments Steve Kerr made in the series. So going into that
And
game,
it don't hurt that Kevin Looney played better than Draymond.
it don't it actually gave me a on what I think they should do internally. But
Mm-hmm. Yeah, too bad. It's just so bad that only 2 of us actually got playoff teams that's on the stream right now.
yeah. Hopefully Houston gets back James Harden this offseason.
We about to make moves, man. We about to make
Yeah.
moves.
Oh,
We about to
my
make
God.
moves. You know that? Yeah. Hey, Don. You know. We about to get James Harden. And you know what? Because we all gonna get James Harden, we might as well just take Wanamaker now. Now I got Sagoon. I got Wanamaker. I'm okay. It's a wrap. We taking
You
over the
mean
league,
when
man.
you talk about Wembanyama?
Oh, Wanamaker, Wembanyama. Hey, my fault, brother. I ain't mean to disrespect. Either way, you welcome in Houston, brother.
Yeah.
Because I don't think you want Wanamaker. I don't think you want him.
That's a huge jump. Player category.
Wait, that's not his last name, no?
Yeah, it's Wembanyama.
Wembanyama. I. Now I gotta change that up, man. Gotta change that up. Gotta put some respect on that man's name.
Definitely.
Yo, yeah, I see you about to start. I see you about to start acting like how you was with the Falcons. Oh, we getting this person, we gonna get that person.
You see
You
what I'm
starting
saying?
already. You starting
Yes.
already.
I can't say nothing. I told him we're gonna get Calais Campbell. Calais Campbell. What the hell is his name?
Campbell. It's
Yeah,
Campbell.
it's
Jesus.
too
Don't even know who
it's
you
too
got.
goddamn it's too goddamn early. But I told him we're gonna get Calais, and my man was like, "Nah, he's going to the Jets. He's going to here because he wants to play for a playoff team. Then when we get him, he's old. Oh, we can't,
He is.
I
Is
can't
he
get no
not?
I can't get no
Is he
respect,
not?
man. I
Is
can't
he
get no
not?
respect, man. Hey,
Bird 37.
hey, but you ain't say that. You ain't say that when you was talking about him going to somewhere else.
Lord.
Now he old. We ain't gonna the Falcons. Okay, okay. It's
Then
all right.
y'all got old Jesse Bates. Hey, my Jesse Bates jersey fell off the wall the other day. I said, "Damn, bro, really done with us." Huh?
Are you disrespectful? Are you just? I.
Nah, I
We
ain't gonna
gonna
lie to you. The whole frame cracked over there. The picture frame and the glass and all.
we gonna keep that in a mental note when we see you on Super Bowl. But
Yeah,
anyway,
I glad you
so
zoomed right by that little comment right there, because only one of our teams could actually make to the Super Bowl.
so what we got, Don?
We got which team is under the most pressure to win a Super Bowl? Then we got the player polls. Players voted on multiple different categories for other players in the league, coaches, refs, just interesting stuff. Then we got round robin. You know, all of us pick three topics that we've seen throughout the week or something that we find interesting and want to bring to the table. And then to round it off, we got the most intriguing playoff matchup thus far.
All right. We like it. I like it. We got some good stuff going on. And just remember, guys, like, share, subscribe. Hit us up on Twitter, IG, TikTok, YouTube. You guys got any questions or any topics that you guys would like us to discuss that you'd like to hear about? We'll break it down for you. And let's get it started, fellas. Let's get it started. Most pressure to win a Super Bowl. It's a good one, man.
Yeah.
Jimmie, you want to start us off? We got your back.
Yeah, man, because I'm gonna have to start with them, the woulda, coulda, shoulda club. That's what I like to call them, the Eagles, the Bengals, the woulda, coulda, shouldas. Yeah, y'all should have won, y'all could have won, but y'all didn't
That's
win.
what
And because of
that's what I'm
that,
talking about. That's
I
the
gotta
energy I
break it with
like
the
this
Bengals.
morning.
Come on, we drop it in there at 5 and drop it in there at 6 a.m. Now, anyway, when we talking about the Bengals have had the role for the last couple of years and have fell short, have come up short. The tight end position needs to be upgraded. The secondary position has decreased in ability. You don't have playmakers on the back end. You got playmakers on the front end. And in this league, you got to stop the back end as well as the front end. The front end is not nearly as important as it used to be because these are high scoring games. The Chiefs are ready. The Bills are ready. That secondary is not going to be able to go head to head with Stephon Diggs the same way y'all were before to get over the top, for example. So, and then from the
The
Eagles,
fuck is a
the
Stephon
Eagles,
Diggs?
the Eagles, what the fuck is y'all secondary at this point? Now the
Hey,
Eagles,
the same ones
have
that we
had the
had
right.
last time. Jeez.
Let's get to the team that
I
was
thought I
in there
saw.
in more recent history. We were talking last year. The Eagles team. What's up? What's up?
I
We
thought,
good?
yeah, you good. I thought I saw Eli Apple on the XFL team the other day.
All right.
I was about to text Don like, oh, all right. But
I mean,
yeah, it was wrong play.
come on, a decline in the secondary, bro. Like, come on, we're done with the Bengals. Let's get to more recent history. Them Eagles, come on. They just signed them, man. More pressure is automatically placed on you. You're not on rookie contract no more. The Eagles, who's in y'all way? The 49ers with a sophomore slump potentially quarterback coming off an injury? We don't know. So the Eagles, the path is there. Let's see you make something shape. Let's see.
You know, Jimmy.
All right.
I'm
You lucky I
debating
can't
whether
see
I
you like I
should.
want to.
I'm debating whether I should have agreed to this early in the morning with that nonsense you just spewed out your mouth. I mean, I heard nothing but nonsense. You talking about two teams that just made it to the Super Bowl, and then your reasoning is craziness. Like, yeah, Jalen Hurts got paid, cool, but they literally just left the Super Bowl. You said my Bengals, oh, y'all secondary, we still clamped up Stephon Diggs with that same secondary, basically. Oh, we lost Von Bell and Jesse Bates. Ooh, big whoop. I mean, bro, like
This was
I could have named it's multiple other teams that you could have went for. You got some teams in your division who should be high on that list than two teams that just been to the Super Bowl. But hey, go off, bro. Go off. I knew
what
one of
type
you.
of
I
logic?
I just knew this is
Logic is
bro.
that?
What logic does it make? What logic does it make to say teams that have actually made it to the Super Bowl compared to teams that have been at least trying to get to the Super Bowl for a longer amount of time? That don't make sense.
Yo, we talking about the Bengals roster. I'm gonna go out there.
I was gonna say it's harder to make it consistently in the NFL. So I mean, I give credit to the teams that are at the top of the food chain consecutively, year in, year out. Uh,
I don't
I
know
do,
what you look behind you for.
I
Because the pressure of winning,
I do feel
we
like
understand.
I do feel like there's a lot of pressure for the Eagles to win because it does start with Jalen Hurts. He didn't got the bag. Um, they just went to the Super Bowl. The pressure to get back is huge because we didn't seen it happen with it took Patrick Mahomes time to get back. It took Cam Newton didn't get back after he went. You saw how his career went after that. Lamar Jackson still hasn't gone. Joe Burrows, he's in position to win, but he's gonna always have to deal with Patty. There's nobody really challenging Jalen Hurts to get back. And on both sides of the ball, from what I saw this year, they didn't really have too many weaknesses. So you have to go back and you have to capitalize and win. You have a young team too, young quarterback. There's no excuses really.
Yeah, I like that point. As far as Isaiah brought up, as far as quarterbacks not really being able to make it back because we got to give obviously we give the credit to the Patriots dynasty, but it did also take them 10 years to win. I think I think it was the third one.
Yeah.
It took them
That is
10
the fourth.
years. It was
The fourth.
the third or the fourth, one of the two, but 10 years just to even get back to the championship. So it happens. I would as much as I poo poo the Bengals, I will give
Give us some
I,
respect.
I will give some respect as far
That
as
is respect, saying
I don't think that they have the most pressure to win a Super Bowl. I think they're in a Super Bowl window because of the high powered offense. Eagles, I would agree because now Jalen Hurts got the bag. It's like that Dak effect. But the only difference is they didn't really want to pay Dak that much, but they had no choice but to pay Dak that much. So now it is really on Jalen Hurts, and he played well in the Super Bowl. We got to give credit what credit's due.
Derby.
I think it was more or less as far as the defense not being able to touch Patrick Mahomes. That's really was the biggest effect on that game. But I would give more pressure to two other teams. Honestly, I'm thinking the Buffalo Bills for one. I
Ding
mean,
ding 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 ding.
that's the number one team right there. You took a gamble on drafting Josh Allen, a guy with a big arm who was considered a project. You gave him a top tier weapon in Stephon Diggs. I mean, to make you a top three offensive unit for the last 3 years, and hasn't shown anything. Sean McDermott's been the coach for 6 years, one missed playoff, two
Mm,
wild card loss, two
mm,
divisional losses, and a
mm,
conference championship loss.
mm.
I mean, there's rumors that Diggs really isn't happy. He wants out, but really, if you trade him, you got no one else. You're going to bank on Gabe Davis
Mm.
or rookie?
Hell no. Hell
Yeah,
no.
I can't take that. You better hope you get D Hop. But last year the defense was banged up, and they still were a top 10 defense. Uh, I think the issue is that this team doesn't win big games. it does. They don't win the games that count when it is, especially in the playoffs. So that's my number one team. My number two team is unfortunately the Dallas Cowboys. This team is overrated and properly rated every single year because on paper they damn near have one of the best rosters in football. But every single year, they show in the playoffs that they're not that good. Dak's not that guy. Zeke and Dak were supposed to be the best duo tandem, the young tandem in football. Zeke is out of there. Dak is still there, and he led the league in interceptions last year. They have no. They're like a young. They're like in the middle of the road as far as a young roster. Like I would say, probably their average players is probably around like that 27 age, 28. So they have some veterans on young veterans on the team, but they don't have any players out there really to be able to hold themselves accountable. Mike McCarthy is your head coach. Okay. The best coach on the team is Dan Quinn. I like Dan Quinn when he was on the Falcons. Shout out to Falcons. But it's not about that. So anyway, I think I will say I will give them credit. They did make some good moves this year, getting Stephon Diggs and Brandon Cooks, two veterans who have shown to be consistent and really good journeymen and really good players in the league. But again, it's the Cowboys. I mean, it's really on Dak. What are you going to do for me this year, Dak? Now you got some more weapons. I don't know. You guys still need a running back. But those two teams, I think, have more pressure to win the Super Bowl than I give you your flowers this morning, Don, than the Bengals. But the Eagles, I could understand because of Jalen Hurts' contract.
You know, I mean, I'm not, Bengals is never gonna come out my mouth because this just retardedness to bring up the Bengals right now.
The expectation is not there for trash franchises. My fault. I was trying to help you out. But go ahead.
I know that's why the Patriots ain't getting bought up.
The expectation.
We don't expect y'all to win 10 games.
Anyway, Joe Burrow to live up to the trash talking that y'all do with the Chiefs.
We're not talking about Baker right now. Anyways, he
the enemy now.
I don't want to say the same, but those was my teams because I mean you spot on with them. So I'm a pivot and I'm just gonna do some other teams off the head. Let's go with the team that's supposed to win the championship in 3 years. How about let's go with the Dolphins because they building a super team up over there also. They got two, in Darius' words, 2 top 5 cornerbacks over there. So they should, and then they got Jimmie, they got the Jalen Ramsey. They got the Jalen Ramsey effect. So they should be winning. My bad, the Dion effect.
The Dion effect. Yes, sir.
So
yes,
they should win a championship in the next 3 years. So, and then they got Tyreek Hill on the other side. Oh, and that's even more pressure. He said he's gonna retire after 2025. So that's what that is, like 2 more years, 3. Okay, got that. Then you got
he was thinking about retiring too. So.
Hey, he not no Giannis. Anyways, we also still got Waddle still over there, who some people might say is a top 15, top 20 wide receiver. You got Tua. You never know how long he gonna hold up. So that's even more pressure to even get it done. And then on top of that, you got Tom Brady that keep on flirting with the Miami Dolphins. That's more pressure. Like you got to get this done, Miami. Like what we doing? All I'm saying is I heard a man on this podcast say that y'all supposed to get a championship in 3 years. I just don't see it because I don't think y'all better than a lot of these teams that's above y'all. But hey, I'm going to let my man's Darius defend that nonsense right there. All I know is when it don't happen, I'm going to personally hit him up, send him some flowers, say my condolences for that badass take. Next person. We got... let's go. Jimmie, I could just start taking shots around the pod.
Before you take shots, let's talk about Tua and him being, his health is in question. That's not pressure.
Yeah, that's not pressure.
That's not pressure. Because if he's
How does
not
that give
healthy,
you time if you don't know he's
you
gonna
have
be
more
there?
time to get a quarterback in there. You just spoke on Brady, and that means they would need to work on chemistry and things of that nature. Tua showed us something, but his injury, it's up to Tua's injuries. How's there pressure with him? He might not even play again.
How is that not pressure? They
That's
done build a super team around him,
Then they
and
won't
Tua
have
is
a
supposed to
quarterback.
be Tua is supposed to be that guy. They chose Tua this offseason over other established quarterbacks that they could have tried to go get. They didn't want to go try to get Lamar Jackson because they said they got Tua. So how is that not pressure?
Just the injury point. Because if he's not there, then what?
Nah, that's a
Back to
lot
the
of
drawing board.
his counterpartner is in Philly as we speak, making huge.
Tua got pressure. Y'all right about that.
The whole team.
I could agree with the team having pressure, and especially Tua, because I mean, ever since college, he's been pretty injury prone every
Yeah.
single year.
Yeah.
And concussions ain't no joke, man. There's been players. I mean, Brandon Cooks have dealt with concussions damn near 3-4 times in his career. So, yeah, I could agree. I definitely didn't say a top. I didn't say top 5.
Hey man, I'm not done. I'm not done. I'm not done.
Hey,
We don't
man.
need you to try to defend your
Hey,
bad
man.
takes.
Hey.
Jesus. You know,
I
there's
got a question. I got a question for you before we end the
what's
show.
up? What's up,
You want
man?
me? You want me to ask you now? Or you want me to ask you later?
No, go off. Go off.
I just had a thought just in my mind, right? Remember
Mm-hmm.
when you pulled up that cigar? You said, "I'm gonna smoke this when the Bengals win the Super Bowl."
Oh,
Whatever
yeah.
happened to that cigar?
What cigar?
What
It's still
happened
right
to
here.
that? Oh,
It's still right
yeah.
here.
I
My
knew it.
God.
I knew
It's
it's
still
still there, looking all
Motherfucker
stale
stale
now.
as hell.
I knew it.
Hey, I tell you no lie. I got this. The year we went to Super Bowl actually. So I've been sitting here for a while.
Nice.
Coulda. Shoulda.
But that just make it it's gonna taste better when I do finally light it next year.
Oh wow, it's gonna be breaking apart and everything.
my last one. Should I continue to take shots around the pod? Darius, what you think? Should I go to that man that said a team in my division was gonna be good, or should I go to the Jets?
What team is that?
What?
We talking about the
What
Ravens?
type
Or we
of
talking about the
pressure
Steelers?
burst
Nah,
y'all? Because these teams are not under pressure.
them bum ass Browns. Because if the Browns don't get this thing right,
definitely.
it's gonna look real crazy that they paid Deshaun Watson $230 million and he doesn't even lead them to the playoffs. They don't wasted a year last year, and now they got this stacked roster with what you said the other day. They got generational talent that can change how the Cleveland Browns was, and Myles Garrett and Nick Chubb. So I'm just trying to figure out if they don't get this done, what's going on? Who's leaving? Because they stacked from head to toe up over there.
Okay, I agree. They have immense pressure. I agree because I'll be shit on them myself if they don't reach where they should. But you're sitting here acting like Myles Garrett isn't some generational talent.
Is he?
Guys on the Browns roster? Yes.
Is he changing? Is he? No, I mean, I'm not saying that he isn't good, but what I'm saying is he changing anything in like in the wins and loss column? Because there's an argument to be made. If he's not there, the Browns can still lose or they can still win. He's a great talent, but he isn't changing so much like how like we say these quarterbacks are generational talent.
Or TJ Watt.
He's a scheme shifter. He's a scheme shifter. You have to account for Myles Garrett every single play. That is affecting something. The Browns haven't had that in how long? So we're talking about the Browns here. So to turn around their franchise, it shouldn't take as much because of recent history. And they have a accumulation of great talent all at once.
Hold on. Y'all made an argument for the Baker Browns. Y'all made an argument for the Baker Browns, so it's not that far from
this is Super Bowl pressure.
Yeah.
We ain't saying the Super Bowl for the Browns. Baker.
Bro. bro.
Cuz was that you?
So what? I'm just trying to figure out what is what do you want the Browns to do? Just make it to the playoffs and then you cool with that?
I don't expect them to win a Super Bowl. I expect them to make a push and be contenders at the end of the season, towards the end of the conference championship, like the round before or that round. Like I expect them to be crushing like the Jags did last year.
So you don't think they have pressure to win the Super Bowl?
No, me personally, I would say that they have immense pressure, but more than the Jets and the Dolphins, I would say they have more pressure than them two.
Well,
In my mind.
well, the
So if
Jets
that's
Rodgers,
Darius,
Jets
real
with
quick,
Rodgers definitely have
The Jets
a lot
with
of pressure.
Rodgers, then yes.
if
But right
because
now,
that was gonna be my next one. But if that's the case, then why the hell them names ain't come out your mouth instead of two teams that just been to the Super Bowl?
I've been waiting to defend this point because, first off, you self-proclaimed yourself as the top two seeds in the AFC when only the top seed has
Did I
two, and you have none. No.
self-proclaim? Did I self-proclaim, or did you
Y'all
agree with
did.
me, Jimmy?
Y'all did.
Don't switch up now, Jimmy.
No.
Do not switch
it's
up
the
now.
Chiefs, then it's the Bengals, then it's everyone else.
Ain't that
You
the
said
top
it's the
two? If you just said
Chiefs.
Chiefs then
No and
Bengals,
here, because
ain't you just said Chiefs then
There's
Bengals?
a top one. There's a top one. There's a pause, maybe a couple dots in there, and then it's y'all, and then a few dots, and then everybody else. But the point
Where you
is,
at?
when you talk trash to the dog, we're not talking about me. I didn't bring my team up because we're talking about history, not current.
I didn't
as
bring
far as
mine up
current,
either. You brought mine up.
No. And we should bring yours up. You think Joe Burrow's on Patrick Mahomes? You believe Joe Burrow is better than Patrick Mahomes, the baby gold. So with that, championships need to come with it, and y'all don't have one of them. Stop it.
Jimmy, it's only been 2 years.
And in 2 years, what did he do?
I don't know what he did his first 2 years, to be honest with you.
Who are we talking about?
Patrick Mahomes.
First year, obviously, he was Patrick Mahomes.
What did his
like? I don't think he won his. I don't know if he won.
No, wait. But was his first year the MVP year? His first year wasn't the MVP year?
No.
I can
He was a
just
rookie.
look it up.
He was behind Alex Smith his first year. Honestly,
yes, you're right. I'm talking about his true first year as a starter. Wasn't that his? That wasn't his MVP season.
So he won. It was 18. That might have been his MVP. Yeah, that might have been his MVP because he put up 5,000.
Yeah,
and 50 touchdowns.
Yeah. But Isaiah, what two teams you got?
So the pressure is on because you talk too much.
For the Super Bowl?
Yes, most pressure for a Super Bowl.
I already told you the Eagles were one of mine for my first team. For my second team, I thought that I was gonna say that it was the Chiefs because it's about staying at the top once you're already at the top. The Chiefs, to me, really have the setup to be in a similar situation to the Patriots with Patrick Mahomes as their quarterback. I feel like they could actually be competing for a Super Bowl for the next 3-4 seasons with him. But I think it's just as far as they go, it's just about staying at the top with their team.
I could agree. Definitely some pressure to always be at the top. I mean, yeah, because you got to take out the top dogs to be the dog. So, any closing arguments, fellas?
I like that take.
I feel like I went to church today with two of y'all takes. I was liking Darius takes. I was liking Isaiah takes. Not so much Jimmie takes, but yeah, I felt like y'all was preaching over there. I only thing I just heard some disrespect towards my Bengals, but I'll let it ride today. I ain't gonna go in.
I will say I was very surprised. I
wasn't. I knew one of y'all was gonna do it because I know y'all like to just say stuff. But I will say this: Jimmie was the one that surprised me. I thought it was gonna be you, to be honest with you.
See, I told you I'm a realist, man. I'm a realist. I break it down. I look at it. I break it down and I give you the facts, man. That's all I can do. Do.
All right.
So player poll. Oh, Don,
So,
what we got on this one?
so
You
basically,
went to church?
yeah, man. Hey, they was preaching up over there. You not so much. Um, they had so the NBA players they voted on a slew of topics such as MVP, best defender, um, who would you start a franchise with, and so we're just gonna go through some of them. Y'all let me know what y'all think. Y'all make y'all cases if you don't agree with what they said. I know the first one, Jimmie's gonna like this one because I don't know why he likes this man so much, but hey, the NBA players they voted that for MVP. Joel Embiid, he got 50% of the votes. Jokic got 25%. Giannis got 15. Some other guys that got vote was Jason Tatum, Shea, and Luca. What do y'all stand on this?
Whew, my man Shay. Hey, he's a bad man. That's a bad man.
SGA tough.
He
Who,
definitely is versatility. And see, my thing is, why don't you see the greatness in Joel Embiid? Like it's
Because you
so
gotta get out the
simple to
second
see,
round.
and he's here you go. You want to talk about postseason
Hey,
success
hold on.
and
You
back
be the
the
main one
Joker.
talking about greatness. You
Hold
be the
on,
main one talking about greatness
you didn't hear
and
my
doing
point. You
something.
didn't hear my point because your guy is the Joker. It's not like it's Giannis or something. It's the
That's
Joker.
not my
Same thing. He's
guy.
done
That's
nothing
not my
outside the
guy.
bubble. No, that's your MVP. That's your MVP.
Okay, yeah.
Is it not?
Yeah.
Okay, so my point again is both of them ain't done a damn thing in the postseason. In the bubble, I don't want to hear you say bubble championship for the Lakers and they say bubble first round or second round or Western Conference appearance for the Nuggets. I don't want to hear it. Be consistent with it. Both
I
have done
am.
nothing.
I am being consistent. Hey, when they say the titles LeBron won, they don't say bubble championship. They just say, oh, he got 4.
No,
That's all they say.
that's it.
So I'm just sitting there saying, yes, we on the same page. I think the bubble was easier to win, but at the same time, I can't like just ignore what happened in the bubble. I can discredit it, but I can't ignore it. So all I'm saying is, if the bubble was so much easier, why Embiid can have got it done in the bubble? Why every time the second round come, he getting eliminated? Why every time in the playoffs he become an injury? He's getting injured. Like I get it, MVP is a regular season award, so we shouldn't really bring up playoff success. But at the end of the day, give it to him. I'm tired of hearing him crying about it, to be honest with you. Like he act like he the only one that's ever not won a championship. Hell, I felt D Wade should have got it in 06, 07. But hey, he ain't got it. So I mean, there's plenty of great players that haven't won MVP. Embiid, you're like, bro, Harden got cheated out of MVP multiple years. So he acting like this is something new. Like, bro, you straight. Like, you good, I guess.
He didn't get cheated by the same dude twice. But anyway,
He got cheated by Steph. How many times? Ain't he was supposed to win like 3 times or something? And
Steph is
Steph won.
clearly better. Steph is clearly better.
Okay. Okay.
The Joker is not.
In your opinion. In your opinion.
And then who's the last person to win 2 back-to-back MVPs?
Giannis.
yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
that's worthy.
Yeah.
That's
Well,
worthy.
no,
Who
Joker went back.
You're right.
Oh
He's
yeah,
not worthy.
Joker.
Steve Nash not worthy of back-to-back consideration. Steve Nash was not the best player in back-to-back years. Wasn't close to it. Timmy,
But
Shaq,
But it's a
Kobe.
regular season award.
it's
Who
not even
had the
about the
best regular
best
season?
player in the league.
No, but those best players were also putting up best player type numbers that compare or that were better than Steve Nash. Steve Nash team success is why he won, especially the second one.
But so I mean, so was Curry when they won 73 games. It was widely because they just did something real historic. Granted, his numbers wasn't bad, but I'm sitting there saying that's the real
Nah, he
reason why.
was going crazy.
No, but I'm saying that's
These are
one of the main
unanimous.
reasons why.
Yeah.
Yes, I'm saying, but that was one of the main reasons why he won that MVP is because they won 73 games. They set a new precedent.
But what I'm saying, I'm not saying Joel should be unanimous. I'm saying the Joker shouldn't unanimously have won two years in a row. I'm not saying he did, but I'm saying the back-to-back is equal to a unanimous win. And it's not that much of a it's not a landslide for either one of them. But Steph Curry against Harden in the field, it was a much more of a landslide.
I don't know. Like this year, the MVP is pretty tough because I mean, you can say you can. What the Philly has the 4th seed in the
No,
East,
third.
the
Third.
third. I mean, Jason Tatum damn near has the same numbers as Embiid. It's just Embiid's a big man, and Tatum is just a little bit more ball dominant. He also shoots it from the 3, so you know that gives him a better opportunity to score. But I mean, they all damn near played 60 games. I mean,
Darius, they tired of hearing Embiid cry. That's why.
And then you still got to give it to the Joker. He's damn near averaging a triple double as a big, very ball dominant, but he's able to create plays for the offense. And he isn't a horrible defender. I mean, he can. I mean, he isn't what Joel Embiid is in the paint, but he's efficient enough to where he'll disrupt. Um, and they're the number 1 team in the West. And as far as Giannis is just an overall dominant player. Like when he plays, he's dominating the game. There's no one that's really going to be able to stop him unless you close the paint and you force him to shoot. Um, this year is tough, so I could see them just giving Embiid finally the MVP that as far as Don's point that he's been crying for, but I mean he was, don't get me wrong, like he was my preseason projection as far as winning the MVP, so I got to keep it real there. But I mean it could go either way. I could see Giannis getting it because he played 66 games. The Joker played about 69 games, and B played about 65 games. Tatum played 74 games, and they're the number 2 seed in the East. So
Jaylen Brown,
it's tough.
Marcus Smart, but I feel it.
Does Philly not have a team on them?
Do they have Jaylen Brown? Stop it.
No.
They got James Harden.
Do they have Marcus Smart?
Stop
this
it.
point in his
They got
career,
Tyrese Maxey is better than Marcus Smart. What are you talking about?
Bro, defensive player of the year along with a roster filled with defensive players. Like, come on. Boston
Bro,
has
what
way
does
better
that have
supporting
to
cast.
do?
The
I'm not sitting
supporting
here
cast.
saying they don't, but I'm
Shooters.
sitting here saying you acting like Philly is just some slouch who they got around Embiid.
Roster for roster, they are. Who's the spot up shooter on the Philly? Who's the spot up shooter?
Tobias Harris.
He's not a spot up shooter. He's a rhythm player.
George
No,
is multiple
not a spot-up
people.
shooter.
George Niang, all of them can do spot up shooting. What do you mean? Boston doesn't have just one spot up shooter. Literally, they don't.
They
all
have
of those boys can do
multiple.
multiple stuff.
Bro, the Phillies roster does not compare to Boston's. Stop it.
Bro, nobody's sitting here
Horford?
saying it does. All I'm sitting here saying is you acting like Embiid is just playing with some slouches like how Jokic did last year when Murray
Compared to
and
Jason
Porter was
Tatum.
out.
Compared to Jason
Bro.
Tatum, Jaylen Brown is a top tier dog. We just put him in the same breath as Devin Booker just the other episode. Is James Harden still that? No.
Bro, Embiid got James Harden, Milton, Maxey, Harris, PJ Tucker. Like, are those just slouches all of a sudden?
PJ Tucker from the corner. He's supposed to be a spot up shooter, and he's boo-boo from where he's supposed to be high. PJ Tucker.
What about that? Even if you want to say that he's still a defender, you still got other. What about the other 4? Are they trash?
Tyrese Maxey. He's not as consistent as Jaylen Brown. James Harden.
Bro, nobody's comparing. Nobody's comparing to what they against Boston. All I'm sitting there saying is you acting like Joel Embiid don't got help. I just seen Maxey win basically two playoff games this series. Embiid played like ass the other night, and Maxey was the one that carried Philly.
He actually didn't play like that, but that's neither here nor there. They were double teaming. He was swinging the ball pretty well. But as far we started talking about Jason Tatum and Joel Embiid, so I'm comparing those two rosters. You're saying Jason Tatum played 74 games. Jason Tatum also has people to help him take breaks during the midst of a game. Joel Embiid is the guy for them. And as far as the Nets, come on. The Nets really, if the season was maybe a week or two more, they wouldn't have made the playoffs.
So who is y'all's pick for MVP?
Mine was Joel Embiid.
Embiid, okay.
Jokic.
What about yours?
I predicted Joel Embiid to win the MVP this year. To be honest with you, if Boston had the number one seed, I wouldn't be mad putting Jason Tatum as the MVP. I mean, with a better roster, he's putting up damn near the same numbers as Embiid, but he just plays the four. 33 points and 8 boards a game, damn near 9 boards a game, and just under 5 assists. I mean, why isn't his numbers just as good as Joel's? But honestly, I think Giannis is still the best player in the league, and I will always say that he is in the running for the MVP damn near every year, and he could win it every year. I would still give it to Giannis. Having that number one seed with that roster, I would give it to Giannis.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to give it to Giannis. Me personally, I would. Jokic he don't play no defense. I can't give him that don't play defense.
Steph got it a couple times.
Yeah, but even Steph has led the league in steals. You know what I'm saying? So, however misleading that may or may not be, you still have to credit that's defense. You feel me?
It's like that Allen Iverson defense. Just
passing lane.
Yeah. Just have an eye for the ball.
With the rosters, as far as the roster goes, Philly definitely has help. Embiid got James Harden. James Harden is an established superstar that just does not choose to score the way that he should. That's why you rely on Tyrese Maxey, Tobias Harris as your spot-up shooter. James Harden is your scorer in Philly. That's a hell of a score. Jason Tatum in Boston, I mean, yeah, that's a very, very deep roster. But on top of that, Jason Tatum has come up short in big games this year. And that's the luxury of having Jaylen Brown there. That kind of gets covered up with a lot of the times for him. And another thing with the Jokic thing, him averaging a triple-double, I mean, has it amounted to anything? Like, they haven't. None of these guys have won anything besides Giannis. And I'm thinking MVP. I'm thinking you're getting the max out of your players, regardless of who they are. I see Drew Holiday having a breakout year. He's getting his flowers. I see Bobby Portis coming to Milwaukee from Chicago, and he's not a guy that's falling off into rotation. He's a respectable, you know what I'm saying, 6-man or bench piece now. I see Brook Lopez is in the candidate for Defensive Player of the Year. You know, where was his career going outside of Brooklyn, after Brooklyn? So he's taking these guys. They got the number one record, even with him off the court. And I still feel like that plays into how he is as their leader for that team. So, I mean, I have to give him MVP.
Yeah, I got any closing arguments?
I go ahead. My fault, because it sounded like you want to say.
No. Go ahead.
Yo, I like that take because it's about how you affect your team and how you help develop your team. And you can feel that with Giannis more so than other players trying to jump and, create new chemistry and whatever. They just build on the chemistry they already had, and I love that.
I could say the same thing about Denver. They all those guys stepped up as well. Because I mean, over the last couple of years, have that roster not been? Have they not been injury prone? Jamal Murray. What's the other dude? The wing
Porter Jr.
Porter Jr. Yeah, that's been a very hurt roster.
To his first point, what has it led to?
Yeah,
very true.
Only thing I know it's not a championship, but in the regular season, it's led to wins. Like if Jokic scores a triple double, the Nuggets, their record is, I forgot what it was, but it's something crazy when he averages a triple double. But it's regular season, so
to your point when you was arguing for Joel, postseason success. Not finals, not regular season, but Giannis has been to a lot of Eastern Conference finals. At least 2 of them.
Mm-hmm.
Outside the bubble.
And when he lost to Boston. I mean, I think he lost to Boston twice. One in the second round, once in the conference finals.
Yeah.
But moving on to the next one, they voted on who is the best defender in the league. Y'all got any? Did y'all see this article?
Let's
I
hear
did
some.
not.
Yeah, well, what we got?
At number one with 28%, Drew Holiday. Coming in second, Lou Dort. Third was other. Then fourth, Brooke Lopez. Fifth, Marcus Smart. Sixth, Bam Adebayo. I'm just trying to figure out how could the defensive player of the year this year be ranked so low with only 4%. But I'm not gonna be a hater. Oh, and your boy Draymond down there also with 3%.
He better be all time, man.
But this is a players poll, right? There's a players poll.
Yeah.
So this is who they deem
Who is the number one?
Drew Holiday.
Wow. Very
It's hard for
respectful.
me to disagree. Yeah, it's hard for me to disagree, honestly.
I ain't got nothing.
You think it's just Memphis hate? Like T's just don't like Memphis?
Why? Because Jaren Jackson or something?
I mean, he's the defensive player of the year. He did not even get on the list.
But you can make multiple cases for most of these guys above him. You can say they're better defenders.
I'm not saying that was false. I'm just saying he just got no votes to be on the list.
No, he got 4%.
Wow.
Damn.
But I mean, like Giannis got 4%. Jaden McDaniels got 5%. And Bam got 5.9. Marcus Smart got 8. Brooke Lopez 8. Lou Dort 11. So I mean, it kind of looked like I mean, and then got other guys was like Mikal, Kawhi, Joel.
How could I forget about my man Mikal? God damn. Yeah, he ain't for sure.
He not on no. He's not like. He not a top 3 defender, and he not top 3 in the league, bro.
Disrespect, because this man is so versatile, man.
Bro, just look at some of the names I just named. He's not better than Lou Dort. He's not better than Marcus Smart. Jaden McDaniels been clamping shit up this year. I don't know if you've been watching, but he been clamping stuff.
Third in defensive player of the year last year, Mikal Bridges.
What does that mean?
He's more linked. That means the league recognizes, fans recognize his defense, and he's doing.
Let me ask you this.
It's not like his defense dropped.
Rudy Gobert won multiple times. Did that make him the best defender in the league?
No, because he's not as versatile as Mikal Bridges.
Oh, okay. All I'm sitting there saying is Mikal. I don't think Mikal's as hard to score on as a Drew Holiday or a Lou Dort or Marcus Smart, a Bam, a Giannis. People like that. I'm not discrediting him. He's good. He is a good defender. But Kawhi, when Kawhi is healthy, Kawhi is about to clamp KD up the other day.
Drew and Marcus are smaller statures. So going against bigs and someone who's more physical, I think Mikal Bridges would do better. Someone with a mid-range game, his contest is more consistent because his wingspan is on another level. But I feel you.
What you got, Isaiah?
As far as the best defender,
yeah.
I mean, I see no arguments with Drew Holiday, man. I think it's debate. He's probably one of the most underrated players in the league too, but that's another category.
They got that too.
Yeah, he's top tier.
Next one, who would y'all build a roster with if you were starting today?
Oh, just off rip?
Yeah, I'm gonna see what y'all think compared to what they got.
But what's up?
That's tough. It's tough, but it's not. It's tough, but it's not tough because I'm a really big fan of Luka. I want to say Luka, but how can I not say Giannis? Like, how can I not just want to just build my whole team around Giannis? But you know what? I'm gonna just be that guy today. I'm gonna say Luca, man. I'm gonna say Luca. He gonna be the star of my team, and I'm just gonna build the roster around him. We gonna, yeah. Because
See, I can't believe this. Go ahead, fellas. Go ahead.
why can't I surround him with shooters and defenders, 3-and-D guys?
See, because just the other day I said I was wrong about the Mavericks and what they did with Kyrie. So, and then you just said that Giannis should have won MVP. You said Giannis is the best player in the league. When all year you've been saying Luka Duka is the best player in the league.
Come on, man. That's just me. I got to defend my boy, man. I got to defend my boy, man.
Hey, Jimmie. Now you see why I say Darius just be chatting up over there.
I can't believe. I know Texas is close to New Orleans, but damn, and that's your stomping ground. You got to get off of it. Get out of there. The Midwest.
Yeah, I could have said Zion, but he ain't gonna play more than 25 games.
Yo,
Duke Nation. But go ahead.
What's good, Isaiah? What's good?
Who am I starting my franchise with?
Yeah.
Out of the young guys coming up in the league, I mean, how could you not go with the guy that's already won, Giannis? I mean, I would have taken Luka. I love Luka. I feel like me personally, I feel like Luka, with the way he scores, rebounds, and facilitates, he's up there with James Harden in Houston. He's up there with LeBron James type of impact, minus the defense. But that's huge for me, man. Luka doesn't play enough defense. He gonna complain at the refs with not getting fouls. Just hoop, man. Like, yeah, I know Giannis gonna go out there. He gonna give maximum effort, both sides of the ball. I got to go, and I don't see nobody taking him out. The best player.
When I got a 23-year-old that can give me 28, 8, and 8 every single night, brother, I don't need you to play defense. Trae Young don't play.
Too many ding dongs. No,
Trae Young don't play no defense.
Overrated.
Trae Young is not on the same level as Luka.
I'm just saying. They traded him for Trae Young. So in that draft,
which was smart.
I'm saying both of those
for the culture, yes.
In that scenario, though, Luka, you got to think they got Kyrie in, and they had Jalen Brunson, and they had Spencer Dinwiddie. Those are three guys that can handle the rock, and they taking clutch times baskets in those scenarios. And Trae Young in trade room, bro. Just like Luka might not be in Dallas. Them boys, you got to play defense. You can get 30, but it's Fred VanVleet can go get you 30. He's not even an all-star, you know what I'm saying? Point guard.
Not as consistent though.
Not as consistent, but
very underrated.
Yes, man.
What did you say about Fred?
I said Fred VanVleet could go out there and get you 30.
I think Jimmie might be frozen. But they came up with, Giannis had 52%, Jokic 8%, Luka 6%, Steph 5%, Embiid 5%, Jason Tatum 5%. And other people that got votes was LeBron, Ja, KD, and Shea. Now,
I'm not mad at that list.
The most overrated player, 31% said other, but and other included like DeAndre Ayton, Bradley Beal, Pat Bev. He would have got my vote. Devin Booker, DeMar DeRozan, the Grizzlies just as a whole, Tyrese Halliburton, Tobias Harris. Like the Grizzlies. What you ain't feeling about what was said?
Tyrese?
Yeah, Tyrese.
That's crazy.
That is, if you look back at that trade, that's tough, man. But he averaging 20 and 10, smooth, efficiently.
Shit, the Pacers was a playoff team when he was.
I tell you this
before he got hurt.
I tell you this, that's a name, but there's some other names on this list that you be like the actual ones, the ones that got the percentage.
No, DeMar DeRozan was crazy.
Hold on, as the most overrated?
Yeah, so that's these guys, the guys I just listed off is underneath other, so they got like votes, but it wasn't enough to be on this list. But other guys that was underneath other was Zach LaVine, Donovan Mitchell, Trey Murphy, Duncan Robinson. I could agree. Tristan Thompson,
Whoa.
Lord, Nicole Vucevic, Grant Williams, and Zion. Hey, I gotta agree.
No.
I gotta agree.
No, wait. There's four people you just listed that's crazy. DeMar DeRozan should not be on that list. Granted, he couldn't get over the hump with Kyle Lowry, but come on, now, Kyle Lowry. But he takes and makes big shots in clutch moments. I like DeMar DeRozan. We listen. If Zion didn't have the weight problem, I mean, obviously he has the
Bro,
weight problem.
exactly.
No, stop that.
Exactly.
Stop
We
that.
can't be like, oh,
So
if he didn't do this, he's that.
But when he plays, the Pelicans win games and he's dominating the court.
But the problem is he doesn't play.
I get that, but that doesn't make him overrated.
To an extent.
Could a veteran that's been in the league for a long time and say, "Yo, get your diet right, get him on track."
You don't think they done did that for the 4 years he been in New Orleans?
It's the fucking Pelicans. Who the hell is on the goddamn Pelicans to get fucking Zion's weight training fucking fixed?
Bro, it's all about what he want to do though.
Facts, accountability.
But
like we can't sit here and say
just like CJ McCollum stepped up and said we need this, that, and a third. That's a leadership.
But Jimmy, I'm saying you don't think multiple people like the heads up have said, okay, you need to be on this plan, and then bro just didn't play the other day. He said his body was 100%, but his mind wasn't there to play ball. What are we gonna do with that, Darius? Like I ain't trying to hit nothing but no Zion. Zion's overrated, to be honest with you. But that's not even we even get to the crux of the people yet. You worried about the people that got other. We trying to get to the main topic. The main topic is the number one vote getter was Trae Young himself with 14%. Julius Randle came in second. Pascal Siakam. This one I don't agree with. Jimmy Butler. We got Rudy Gobert. I can 100% agree with that. Jaren Jackson. RJ Barrett.
Damn.
Tell Mike about that because RJ Barrett ain't been on nothing in the playoffs.
Yeah, I told you it's Memphis Grizzly hate on that list.
Got Dylan Brooks, Draymond, Damian Lillard, Chris Paul, and Austin Reeves.
Damian Lillard, what the?
Yes.
But wasn't Tyrese Halliburton was on that list too?
It was, but he was underneath other. Like all those players at the bottom, like the DeMar DeRozans, the Donovan Mitchells, the Grizzlies was underneath other. So
it's definitely some young dudes in the league that voted Chris Paul on that list because they foul. They know damn.
No.
Go down that list, player.
You said what I said?
You want to go down that list?
You said go. You said, do I want to go down the list?
Yeah, those are some good names, man.
The only one I don't agree with is Jimmy Butler. If you want to just go off of the regular season, cool. But playoff Jimmy different. Playoff Jimmy top 5.
Yeah.
Top 5 what?
Top 5 player in the world.
Get the hell out of here.
Hey.
I don't agree with the Tyrese Halliburton thing because again, that's a team that when they traded Sabonis, hell, they were buyers. They was getting ready to send the Lakers Hield and Turner. They were making trade talks with other teams, and he came in there, and it was a playoff team. He led the league in assists. He giving you 20 points. He had a game winner on your boys in Miami. He had a couple breakout moments in games this year. I can't really say he overrated.
Do y'all agree with the main person?
Being
Trae Young.
I could agree.
I actually do. That's why I had brought up that conversation the other day. I mean, I'm not gonna say he's overrated as far as how he plays, but again, impact and winning with those double doubles is not really equivalent. It's not equaling anything in Atlanta. I mean, I think that's why they got Dejounte Murray in there for defensive balance and rebounding, playmaking, scoring.
My only thing is you can say that about a lot of players that wasn't winning because they were saying Devin Booker was overrated before Chris Paul got there, before he actually started winning. Granted, I think Devin Booker is way better than Trae Young, but I'm just saying, like, some of these players, if you don't have this, like, that's why I think Dame is on this list, because he doesn't have the success right now because his team has been asked the last couple of years. Do I believe Dame is overrated? No, I think Dame is a top 10 player. But like I don't know, man. Like,
So my thing with who was it just now? You spoke on what's his name? Who was you just talking about? Isaiah, my fault. Train of thought.
Halliburton.
No, before after that.
Trae Young.
Trae Young. There we go. Yo, Trae Young. The reason Trae Young is definitely the most overrated is because the way he does it. And John Collins trying to highlight it a couple weeks ago, trying to compare him to Steph. And obviously he said Steph is better, but he said that Trae Young makes better than Steph Curry. And I could disagree more. Trae Young is a little too ball dominant.
I could agree. I could kind of agree with that.
The way Trae Young play makes is directly. The way Steph Curry play makes is indirectly by his off-ball abilities. And if Trae Young took DeJounte Murray's ability, his best ability, which is his playmaking, and played off ball more, he would be closer to what Steph Curry is and to what Damian Lillard is. Because Damian Lillard, as a ball dominant as he is, and he don't directly play make like Trae Young, he's able to assist his team without the ball, which is an ultimate luxury that true superstars can unlock with or without the ball. Trae Young without the ball is not nearly as effective as Trae Young with the ball.
Darius, we got the Damian Lillard defender back.
I mean, there are levels to this, and I don't know why he's on that list. I mean, shit, if he had Steph Curry's unit, maybe. I mean,
let's not do that now, because let's not act what Steph is doing is just, hey, anybody can do it. Dame had opportunities. All these guys that
Facts.
overrated and had teams. Now let's CJ McCollum. God knows, give Golden State a rebounder like Enes Kanter. Golden State to have another ring. Jeremy Grant,
Capella,
Jokic. That's not like Jokic wasn't getting burned over Jokic in Denver when he first started out his career. He was that guy. He was that guy, bro. Jokic was that.
I don't know if I'll go that far. I don't know if I'll go.
No, he wasn't no DeAndre Ayton type of dude, but he was like he's a solid double-double.
He's solid. Yeah, he's solid. Yeah. But I mean, do I believe Portland has had opportunity to win? Yes, and they haven't. But I mean, it was him and CJ.
Harley.
Huh?
That ain't all on Dame though. That's the organization.
Yeah, I mean, then the coach made bad schemes some series, and then he ran into the Warriors one year with KD. I think they ran into the Warriors without KD also.
Yeah.
I don't know, man. I would
to the Pelicans.
I just don't. I don't think he's overrated. The only people on this list that I think that should be on this list is Austin Reeves, Draymond, Dylan Brooks, RJ Barrett, Rudy Gobert, Trae Young. I don't know where I fall on Julius Randle.
Bradley Beal should definitely be on that list.
Yes.
I think y'all just say that because of the money.
Right.
I don't say that.
You know how hard it is to go get a bucket when you're the only dude on the squad? Well, even though Kuzma straight. But like he was doing that before
Kuzma stepped it up.
Nah. He was doing that before them though.
If you look at Bradley Beal's numbers, he's averaging career lows and everything. And I mean, that's with Kyle Kuzma publicly saying he's treating.
But question: are you going to get up every night to go play for the Wizards when you know y'all not going to win nothing?
That's what you took that opportunity to stay there.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
You want who going to pass up $250 million?
So then don't complain out there when I need you to go out there and score 25 points. That's
No.
He averaged 30. He averaged 30.
Hey man, because that goes back to the Damian Lillard conversation. When you sign up for that contract. You know what you walking into. You know what I'm saying? You know that you taking up so much money, especially in a market like Washington. Who's gonna go there? What free agents are gonna go there? Who can you sign? All of that is affected by your decision. When Bradley Beal chose to sign that contract, he stopped that organization from improving. Personally, he got John Wall out of a job and out of the league, and he fell off in points, assists, all of that. Man, Kyle Kuzma and Porzingis, they all the success they had in Washington this year, they're responsible for that, and that's not even their team.
At least I can count on Dame to come out there and play ball.
Yeah,
every night.
At least you know Dame gonna go
every night.
Dame gonna maximum effort every night.
Yeah,
Dame just got shut down. I think he missed like the last double digits games or something like that. I know he missed a good bit of games at the end of the season. Like, let's not act like Dame. Smart. And last year he missed a good bit of games with a core injury. Like, Dame misses games also. What I will say is Dame is more productive when he does play.
Yeah, he productive. You know he wants to be there, so you a little bit more lenient with that.
Y'all got any final thoughts? Okay.
Nah, man.
They got the most underrated player. Who do y'all think is the most underrated player?
It has to be between, for me, Shea. And honestly, I think Halliburton's very underrated. Again, when he was healthy, he had that Pacers team in the playoffs when he was healthy. Then he got hurt.
They wasn't gonna make the playoffs.
You gotta think
if the fucking Thunder made the playoffs. I mean,
that's a whole different conference.
Okay.
Everybody in the West was weak.
Okay. Everyone in the West is weak.
Well, at that bottom part, there was a lot of weak going down there.
Hey, Darius, I agree.
I got Donovan. Yes, the real Don. Please stand up.
Who the real Donovan? The real Donovan on the screen with you, not that nigga. Because there's an argument to be made he could be overrated.
Wow.
You
just said Rudy Gobert was overrated. That was the second best player on the Utah. These young Cavs, they are shell shocked. What the hell's going on with Jared Allen?
They're overrated.
I'm gonna shit on him a little later. Darius Garland, he's wishy-washy with his aggression. Donovan Mitchell is a baller. It don't matter if it's regular season, postseason. Jimmy Butler,
bro. All that's fine and dandy, but he ain't got as far as Jimmy Butler. So I don't really care if Jimmy Butler don't show up in the regular season. And it's not like Jimmy Butler numbers in the regular season is so crazy. Bro, still average 20. But hey, go off. All I know is when the playoffs come around, I know one man gets his team to higher heights than the other. But
it was a journey until he got to that Miami franchise. But anyway,
was he?
Yes, T-Wolves got him out of there. Philly, he didn't want to stay. Bulls, what happened?
He decided to leave Minnesota because of Cat and Wiggins was weak as hell. Then in Philly, they chose Tobias Harris, which is a stupid, over him. So let's not just act like he just some journeyman up out here. Bro, done got a home done.
Donovan Mitchell's been two lesser places.
Man, Jimmy Butler.
Which lesser than Minnesota?
You gotta think. Jimmy Butler, Chicago pros. He got them wins on Bron's Cavs team. On Bron's Heat team. He got them wins. D Rose was hurt. He went to Minnesota.
We're talking about the real Jimmy. That was the.
He got Minnesota. He got Minnesota back to the playoffs in I don't know how long.
You talking about not only did he get back to the playoffs, you talking about a guy that publicly, this is not a rumor, took the third string and beat their starters.
And bust that ass.
Practice. That's why
Donovan Mitchell was.
Get me up out of here. If he can beat them and practice with those guys, hence they still haven't done anything but to play in. No,
Donovan Mitchell was.
They
in the first. They made it to the first round, but then they keep getting beat so easily.
Philly.
T-Wolves.
Yeah, Philly. They can't. Philly. That was that Kawhi shot.
Yeah, that was as far as they ever went.
Exactly. You're making my points because all those players he played with are better than Rudy Gobert and Mike Conley. Stop it. What are we talking about here? And then as far as who's the best player on the Cavs besides Donovan Mitchell? Garland? Where do you want to go?
Garland.
Allen?
Garland. Bro, you acting like Garland, Allen, and Mobley aren't good.
But these guys do not have playoff experience. Joel Embiid did. Doc Rivers better coach than what
them boys in Minnesota didn't.
Come on. Huh? Yeah, right. In Minnesota. Utah was worse than Minnesota. You have players you could get the ball to in Minnesota, and Carl-Anthony Towns and D'Angelo Russell at the time.
Mike Conley. Was it Mike
No,
Conley?
Andrew Wiggins and Carl-Anthony Towns. But who the hell was Donovan Mitchell going to get the ball to? Mike Conley and Rudy Gobert? Bogdanovich?
Well, in that situation, though, Andrew Wiggins playing next to Jimmy Butler not really a good fit. They kind of both.
He wasn't the Andrew Wiggins that he is now.
Yeah, Andrew Wiggins always
20 a game.
Yeah, he always been 20 a game. He's not he wasn't efficient. He was a high volume shooter. You know what I'm saying? But him and Jimmy Butler's style of play, they don't mesh well together. I do think it's crazy Philly chose Tobias Harris over him.
Yeah, I agree.
Because
hey, real quick, Isaiah. Well, what about when Jimmy came down to Miami? What about that? I mean, he was playing with multiple G Leaguers and got his team to the Eastern Conference Finals. I ain't never seen Donovan Mitchell do that.
That's more about Miami.
Jimmy laying over the scores table in the bubble for forever.
Yeah, exactly.
Iconic.
The bubble.
That's a hard.
He did it outside the bubble also.
When did he make it back?
He made it to the Eastern Conference Finals. I mean, was one shot away from the finals.
Hey, check this out now. You can't discredit the bubble, Jimmy. You're a Lakers fan.
I am a Lakers fan, and I say bubble championship.
Okay.
I co-sign that.
Okay. Well, I don't discredit the bubble championship because I feel like that's a mental thing. To be stuck in Disney World as a grown adult, you're a grown ass man. You ain't got your family, your kids. You literally waking up, fall and going to your room. It's like you in AAU 24/7. I think that can weigh on a person, man.
This is about to be a start of another segment.
Weigh on a person.
Are you telling me there was difficulty within that bubble, with no traveling, no back-to-backs? Are you serious?
I mean,
I think it's the mental part of it.
You gotta think, man. You not with your family. You don't have the luxury of the small things of okay. After the game, I can go hit the club. I can maybe go out of town for some dinner, whatever. Like, yeah, these guys in the NBA, bro. If they really feel like it, they could go to another city the next day and just come back in town for practice. You know what I'm saying? Like, they don't have that luxury.
But the norm wasn't in place. I agree.
For those that did, Lemon Pepper Lou, you see how that got that trick down. He's not even in the league no more. You know, come up and go to work. Hey.
No fans in the stands? Man, do your dance. These role players are not affected as much.
TJ Warren did look like Jason Tatum in the bubble.
Tyler Hero looked like he was real.
He looked like Tyler Hero because he came out the bubble and still did that. We ain't gonna do that. Darius, you got anything on this subject before we go to the next one?
Nah, man. Shay and Holly. And if I had to choose one,
Shay.
Shay is a fucking baller.
Yeah.
But I would love to see Holly with a better roster. I would love to see what he could do as far as a facilitator.
Well, probably not Jimmie. You know, he got to see them do something without players around them first. You know how that go.
No. I like
both are shown to get their teams into the playoffs when healthy.
Yeah, I think
I like Tyrese.
We got 4 more. So I guess try to speed this up. Who's the greatest player all time? 58% said Michael Jordan. Another 33 said LeBron. 6% said Kobe, followed by Bill Russell and T-Mac.
T-Mac.
What the hell are they
Put
doing?
some
here?
respect. Put some
Hey.
respect. Hey. You see
What
my
the
finger? We
hell?
just keep going on. Hey.
Nigga, even you was shocked.
Houston.
Don't
Yeah,
do
I
that.
was shocked. I was very shocked. But hey, that goes to show that hey, you got some respected players up there, man. They respect. But I'm gonna go with Jordan, man. The GOAT, man. The shoe. It's the shoe, man.
I'm going with Jordan. I mean, yeah, that.
We know where Jimmie stands with this.
We already know what's good. We already know what's good. Shit. Kobe Bean.
He on that wall?
No. The Mamba mentality. The Mamba mentality.
Hey, I started trying to figure out what that black thing said. I was like, is that Kobe?
Mentality. Come on, man.
Oh man.
Apply it to all facets of life.
Isaiah, who the GOAT to you?
To me personally, Wardell.
It's about to be some bullshit.
Stephen Curry.
Oh, it's some bullshit.
No. But on a serious note, it's Jordan. It is Jordan. LeBron.
Glad nobody said LeBron.
LeBron a close second.
I think LeBron is second, to be honest with you.
I still stand on that. It's not that I don't discredit anybody else. It's just bro can play point guard, shooting guard, small forward, power forward, center. You know what I'm saying? However you want to look at it, every team he went to won a ring. After he left, they didn't crash. You know what I'm saying?
Whoa. Miami did not crash.
They've taken a step back. It's not like Miami back to back, not 5, not hell nah. They might not be the 5, 6, or 7 seed. They might make the play in. They go back to the playoffs though. Nah,
this is our first season playing in the play in. Don't do it. Don't do that.
Yo.
We had the number 1 seed last year.
Nah, y'all still maintain this. Cleveland struggled for sure for a little while.
I'm skipping through some of these. I'm gonna go to the more juicier one. Who talks the most trash on the court? Who do y'all think talks the most trash?
Ooh.
Draymond.
Yeah, I tell you this. The first 3 is a lot of bum. I ain't gonna lie to you.
Wow.
I'm gonna just guess, and I'm gonna say Patrick Beverly.
Yeah, ding.
Dylan Brooks. And
Ding,
Draymond
ding.
Is the top.
Ding.
Dylan Brooks. Yes.
I like that a lot.
And then to round it off, they got Devin Booker, Joe Ingles, Luka, the Memphis Kids, Joel Embiid, Chris Paul.
Kids. Yo, the disrespect I've heard from Memphis on this whole list.
Joe
You said what now?
Said Joe Ingles be talking?
He do. Especially
I imagine he probably was when he was with Utah. I imagine.
He shouldn't be talking, but you know.
He was getting that Paul George. He should have. Pete Pandemic P.
It's just the fact that the top 3 guys, they ain't doing nothing as far as putting buckets up.
You don't know,
so it's crazy that they sit here talking so
You don't
much.
appreciate other things other than the ball being in the basket. And it's clear when you start talking about Patrick Beverly, Draymond Green, and Dylan Brooks. They bring something that's very valuable to these teams. Stop it.
I just seen Dylan Brooks come out and talk trash to LeBron, and he came out looking like ass. They only had 9 points in the first quarter.
And he got ejected.
Dylan Brooks is a high shot taker, low shot maker.
Patrick Beverly 3-point percentage when he was with the Lakers was trash.
Energize the bunny.
What is he doing?
I just said energize the bunny. He's bringing.
What is that doing?
Running around.
What do you mean? What are you talking about right now?
What they say? He just be running around doing that. He just be running around doing nothing.
No, he runs around and gives effort, something that everybody can do, but not everybody does. Stop it.
Oh Jesus!
Leadership ability. You don't care who you are.
What
accountability? What are you talking about? He don't care if you're LeBron or the last on the roster. He gonna talk about you not getting back on defense. That's stuff that coaches are talking about. He's a player coach. He's gonna talk about the intangibles, the things that everybody can do on the court, boxing out.
All right, so let Giannis Haslam down.
No.
All right, what else we got?
UD has a lack of ability.
Oh Lord, we gonna go in the last couple that we got. Who is the coach that you would most want to play for in the league, other than your coach? So number 1 is Greg Popovich. Number 2, Steve Kerr. Number 3, Eric Spoelstra. followed by Ty Lue, Mike Brown, Mike Malone.
That's some good coaches on that list. I
Oh,
I, I
I
was
like
it
Willie
has to.
Green.
yeah. He not up there?
No,
That's
absolutely not.
For me, it's tough because I'm like thinking about Eric Spoelstra, that just overall getting that the you also get Pat Riley when you get Eric Spoelstra as well, so you can learn from both. Just being physically and mentally tough, defensive minded, hardworking. A lot of those guys are very fit. Then I'm just thinking about Ty Lue. Ty Lue is actually a really underrated coach, and Mike Brown has also two offensive coaches of the two coaches of the year awards. It's between those three. If I had to choose, I'd probably just go with Eric Spoelstra because you do get the Pat Riley as well, so you get them as a package. But it's tough. It's tough. So I'll go with Eric Spoelstra.
Same.
You just said and not your own team. You fucking. You see how you just slide shit in like that?
Bro, I would okay. I'll go to the other team I'm high on there. I'll go with Mike Brown.
Why not Doc Rivers?
Because Doc Rivers is a never mind.
What is this? 08? The hell?
Hey man.
Well, how about this? They got coaches you least want to play for.
Oh,
Tom
God.
Thibodeau blew it out the water.
Damn.
Your old coach blew it out the water.
Who?
Steven
Mike?
Silas.
Oh, Steve.
Then you got Doc Rivers, Rick Carlisle, Jason Kidd.
Damn.
Why not Jason? I like Jason.
I think he's a good coach, but I mean,
But yeah, I think I'll have to say Doc. His voice gets too raspy too quickly. I don't even know.
nah. I'd go with Tom Thibodeau because he be having his players out there when the Knicks was getting blown out, and I get it. He said Julius Randle wanted to catch a rhythm, but bro took a scary fall the other night when Mobley pushed. No, that was at Jared Allen pushing him. So I'm just trying to figure out why you be playing your players when the games is over. That's how Derrick Rose got hurt. But I wouldn't want to play for him.
Yeah, I wouldn't want to play for Gibbs. I like Fournier in the doghouse. He a shooter that they can use over there. Actually, a coach that I would want to play for that's not one of mine. I'm surprised y'all, man. I'm gonna say Kenny Atkinson. I like how he developed Brooklyn before.
You do realize that he was on Golden State, right?
I do realize.
He just tried to slide that in there.
Yeah, like he just said somebody that's gonna surprise y'all. No, it's not. He was with the Warriors.
Nah, I like him as a player development coach though. He good with that. He's good with that. I like how he developed Brooklyn when they first made it to the playoffs with D'Lo and Dinwiddie. He's a high pace, space and pace type guy. I like his style of play.
Y'all got any closing statements, arguments?
I do not. All right. So we are going to get into some round robin. I'll start it off, man. So the first one for me is going to be the 49ers will be making a bad move to trade Trey Lance for draft capital, which I think.
Nah, I mean Trey Lance. I mean, I get it. He didn't have a big sample size last season, but even when he was playing, it wasn't like something so spectacular. And then they got Brock Purdy still there already, who looks like he could be a good game manager. So I think it'll be fine with Brock Purdy. I mean, Trey Lance, yeah, he might have higher upside, but he also could be a bust, to be honest with you.
Jimmie, Isaiah, any thoughts on that?
Good, Isaiah. My jump messing up right now.
I don't know. I don't even know who Trey Lance is.
Yeah.
All good.
That's when you got to throw something on the fly.
You gotta say, yo, he trash.
Hey, or just copy off of what you heard somebody else say. You're like, yeah, bro, like he ain't play much, so I think they should give him up.
I think honestly, the 49ers over the last 2 years has been the eighth that has ranked eighth in injuries in the NFL as far as the overall roster. This team usually holds about 3 quarterbacks on the team anyway. What if Brock Purdy isn't healthy coming into the season? How do we know if he is or he isn't? When is he going to be able to throw the football again? Also, I call it healthy competition. Why not have them both compete for the spot? Trey Lance already had that spot, but he got hurt. Brock Purdy played well with the opportunity that he was able he was given.
They
He
also
earned.
got Sam Darnold though.
They do also have Sam Darnold, but again, Sam Darnold battled injuries. Brock Purdy has gotten injured late in the season. Trey Lance has battled injuries. I mean, I also give it to, you're going to have to trade him and you're not really going to get too much for him. You're going to get like a late round draft pick. Maybe the highest you'll get is maybe a third, but you're probably looking at a fourth or fifth round draft pick. I say keep him. I say keep him. Doesn't really matter. And I mean, Sam Darnold was hurt last year. So all three have been hurt when they played.
Yeah, I've heard me say it before. I'm a believer in sophomore slumps, and I believe the person who can avoid that the most is Shanahan. But at the same time, I think we need to see both of them compete before we make any move. Sam Darnold's a nice insurance policy for the second position to back him up, and then from there you try to get as much leverage as possible. Try to create as much leverage as possible. Maybe play both of them in different times, like Trey Lance in goal line sets or short yard situation, potentially run, show that he's still capable, and then get him out of there, or vice versa with Brock Purdy. But not right now. Maybe a little bit later in the season.
Jimmie, what's your round robin?
Man, for me, LeBron James, when he has that dog mentality, that go get it mentality, that mentality to not pass first, that's the best version of LeBron James. We seen Dylan Brooks poke the bear, and then the bear wake up last game and then last night. And I love to see LeBron James put that head down like he did with Miami against those Boston Celtics back in the day when he slammed it on Jason Terry. And now Jason Terry is even known for the championships. He's known for being dunked on. I'd rather that LeBron James because it's a different dog. His playmaking is always there. He can always make the right play. But sometimes the right play is you saying, I'm putting my head down and I'm getting to the rim all day, not being afraid of the free throw line. The best version of LeBron is not the passing LeBron, the go-getter.
You said the best version of LeBron is not the pass LeBron?
Yeah, it's the go-getter.
Not the passing, like facilitating.
Right.
LeBron.
A willing passer, but not pass first.
That's where I'm at with it.
Wow.
I agree with that, Jimmie. I agree with that, and I think I already predicted the Lakers was going to win this series. But with that prediction, I think that when everyone else steps up and LeBron gives you these games and you win them, you got to take them because he is a 39-year-old player. You don't want him to be the sole reason why you guys are winning. So
you said 39.
He's 30. Wait, how old is he? 38? Is he 30? He's 38, right? 38. I said 39. What the fuck is
LeBron 30? I didn't think LeBron that old.
LeBron's like 38 years old, 39.
Let me see, man. Because I thought he was like 37 or something like that.
No, Chris Paul like 37. Curry's 35. Yeah, I think LeBron 38, 39.
Oh, he's 38. Jesus.
Yeah, them boy getting old, man. Them boys getting old. But yeah, this isn't about AD, but AD stepped up last night and had a big game. So, Yeah, I got to give it to the Lakers and LeBron. He answered the call and he stepped up
For sure.
as he should.
The Lake Show, but don't drown though.
Isaiah, what you got?
Something that I had found pretty interesting was that the great Phil Jackson,
Yeah, I seen that.
that he does not watch the NBA and has not watched the NBA since the 2020 BLM movement. Yeah, it's just kind of one of those things where you look and you see that clearly sports, those moments in history that he had with Jordan, Kobe, experiencing firsthand, I'm sure, racist and hatred things being said in the crowds on the away games during the civil rights movement. For him to still kind of show you where he stands on that all these years later just kind of goes to show you and remind you that these sports industries is still a business. Still life is bigger than the sport itself. So yeah, I just kind of saw that and was like surprised because of who he is.
Mr. Laker, what you got on that?
Yeah, because I don't want to say it with my chest when I say this. A lot of these things that are going on, in the past and in the present, it's just transformed. But I love to see your true colors. No matter what side of the ledger you're on, I want to see your true colors. And I love to see people speak up about what they really feel so that we can adjust accordingly
Yeah.
and get back to that positive energy. So, appreciate the championships, Phil. But you can keep your viewership elsewhere. Maybe another league will come up. Maybe Euro League is entertaining for you. But I'll keep rocking with the NBA. And yes, BLM, Black Lives Matter.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. Yeah, man. Definitely, y'all boys hit it on the money. When you show your true colors, we just really know who you are. And honestly, I didn't even know Phil Jackson was still out there, doing interviews or whatever. Because
Yeah.
last time I saw him, he was with that bum ass Knicks, and they was trash. So
Yeah.
thank you, Phil. Thank you, Phil, for almost ruining New York Knicks, but I'm glad they back on as the mecca of basketball. Come on, man.
Um,
Get him out of here. Get him
I
out of here.
I 100% agree with what y'all said. It's kind of hard being the last person to have, and now you got to say the same stuff. So I'm just gonna say I agree with y'all. Um, I'm gonna just go into my next one. I'm gonna go to the more spicier one. Kawhi Leonard.
You about to say some bull.
Nah, see, there you go. Kawhi
What?
Leonard. If Kawhi Leonard was not injured, Kawhi could be the best player in the league.
With your chest, nigga. Say it leaning no, nigga, with the right posture. I like
He
that.
didn't even believe it.
I honestly like off of what I see, like if we got playoff Kawhi from what we see versus the Suns, I believe Kawhi could be the best player in the league, to be honest with you. I mean, because he can do it on both ends of the court, and his mid-range game is a monster.
Yeah.
And then it's like nobody can stop him. We see he busts the Lakers' ass every time they run across him. And I said the other day, if him and Paul George was playing, I think this thing would be 3-0 Clippers, to be honest with you. So I'm just like Kawhi. If he didn't have two bad knees, I believe he could be the best in the league. Like I don't care about no Giannis. Giannis can't do it on Kawhi level now.
I could agree. I could agree because he has an all around game.
Jimmie, that's why I lost you at.
Oh my goodness.
The Giannis would have pulled me back.
Yeah.
Because it's hard to because the leadership and the durability. It's hard to. I know you said if he was durable, but the leadership with that, like Kawhi is more so lead by example, and that's a great way to lead. But Giannis reminds me of Tim Duncan with his leadership abilities. It's to be able to sustain his leadership and his impact for decades. I don't think Kawhi is that guy.
I agree. I think Kawhi kind of falls underneath, not to the same degree as a Zion, because when you get him, you obviously
I was
getting
about to say you tripping.
caliber team. But is he going to play? I mean, Tyloo just said, this why he was load managing all year long, and like he said, 3 games into the series, he's out. Paul George is out. They done had that team together for what 3-4 years now.
Yeah,
You
4 years.
you kind of got to look at again. Kawhi done did it. I mean, not Kawhi. Giannis done did it. Just like Kawhi. He didn't went got a ring, and he's still durable. They still at the top of the conference. I don't know if we'll ever see Kawhi actually play 50, 60 games in the season again.
Um, with, if y'all Kawhi Leonard and just let's just take let's just use maybe like the Warriors or the Lakers, uh, the Bucks, one of these like top teams in the league came over to Kawhi and said, "Hey, would you take a pay cut? We understand you're gonna play 50 games.
No, you already
We
lost
get,
me
we get,
already.
we get, we'll let you play your 50 games. You'll be able to load manage all you want. Only thing we need you for is playoff time. I just need you to be there every game for playoff time as long as you are fully healthy. And we're gonna win a couple rings together. Would you do that? Would you do that? I mean, he already got a couple max deals.
And you talking about a man that drive around in a Honda Civic? I don't think I don't think his pride gonna get in the way of him going to no super team, even with the pay cut. I don't think he cut like that. I think that would be a crazy scenario though, if he did take a pay cut and go somewhere and
I
just
mean,
play off.
why do we need you to be the leader when you could be the number two, maybe number three, but probably number two, and the only time we really need you is playoff time.
Well, I
I
mean,
mean, my
Get yourself two more rings.
this is from what I've heard how Kawhi is. I mean, would he be cool with being the second guy? Would he be cool with being a third guy? That's a personal thing. I mean, Toronto talked about how, they did everything to please him to even get him to resign. Whether that be restaurants, service and room and board, uh, cars. I mean, it's what more can you do for a guy?
Very, very true.
and that sounds like Kawhi, the personal guy. And
Yeah,
when he's a loner, he seems like a loner. He probably has friends. I'm just assuming. I don't know. I'm never dapped him up. But Kawhi just seems like his lifestyle outside that court has to hit properly. It has to hit on some San Antonio cool vibe, a chill vibe, home, family, whatever. He seems like that guy. But as far as on the court, who the heck is he number two to? But at the same time, he reminds me of KD in the fact that KD can be number two to somebody because he flows within the offense seamlessly. And Kawhi is more so like that, coming off of pin downs and things of that nature, and he just get into his spots. He's not going to force it, and he's not going to necessarily force feed the pass. He's a willing passer. So I think it could work, but I just don't know where. As far as Miami, they already do that with Jimmy Butler. I mean, he's basically a borderline all-star in the regular season, then he's a superstar in the postseason, like we just alluded to a couple minutes ago.
Yeah, and again, like you said, Kawhi is never going to be the number two. I mean, when you look at the team, he may be the number two to that team, but truly, when they get on the court, he's really the number one, and that's
yeah,
really what KD is for the Suns. He's really the number one, but he's just they brought him in, and that wasn't his team. That was already Devin Booker's team that brought in Chris Paul, that brought in KD, but KD is really the guy on the court.
yeah.
Right.
So for my fault, Don, you got anything on that?
Nah, y'all go ahead.
All right, cool. My number two is which would be a better move for Philly or the Cowboys? Rumors are circulating that this Derrick Henry deal may be coming through, and one of these teams may be going out and get him. So Philly got 2 first round draft picks. Cowboys have a late first round draft pick. Would you guys rather go and get Bijan Robinson, or would you trade for Derrick Henry?
I'd rather use that draft pick and get a rookie, someone with less mileage. Derrick Henry's been banged up a couple times naturally with the position, so I'm going young.
I'll go Bijan because Bijan. I feel like Bijan is probably going to be a better player next year than Derrick Henry. I mean, what he can do in the receiving game, on top of just the running, I believe that's going to have a higher impact than whatever Derrick Henry does if he is still with the Titans or if he gets traded. To be honest with you, and the salary is not that much, so I'd roll with Bijan.
I think I was watching ESPN, and they were saying that even for a running back, well, especially for a running back, a top 10 running back, their pay is damn near just as high as one of these top guys in in the league, as far as a guaranteed contract for 4 seasons. And there was a statistic that the last, I think, since 2018, I think there's only one running back that went in the first round they're not even with the team anymore. So I mean, long term, is that even sustainable? Like, is he going to really be with the franchise for more than 3-4 seasons? And then also, the first year is always the best year of the rookie running back. So every single year you're gonna digress. So I mean,
I don't know about that. Because there's some guys from that 17 draft that's still with their teams and they still
like who?
doing.
We're talking first round draft picks.
Yeah.
The only person I think is still on the team is Alvin Kamara.
Wasn't Dalvin Cook a first round pick? I believe he was.
Was he a first round pick?
Yeah,
So.
he was.
I don't think so. I think he was like a third round pick.
Wow, I'll be shocked if he's first.
I could have swore he went first because he had hype around him coming up out of there.
Yeah, he was nice. He was nice to come in.
And then, I mean, he wasn't first round, but Joe Mixon was
second round. We went in the second.
Yeah,
round.
I was gonna say Joe Mixon was second round, and he's still with us. So,
but I'm talking first round draft picks.
But I don't think none of them was as highly touted as Bijan coming out of it. They saying Bijan could be the best player in this draft.
He is the best player in this draft besides the 2 defensive players.
That's what I'm saying. Like, they wasn't the best players coming, and Christian McCaffrey also. He's
Christian
still
McCaffrey's with the 49ers.
Yeah, he's with 49ers now. But I'm just saying, like, nah, I would go Bijan. Derrick Henry is limited.
Yeah, I mean, he still gives you double digit touchdowns, but I agree with that. He has a lot of miles. Who knows? But every time you count him out, he, for some reason, comes out with a 200-yard game.
I'm counting him out because he can't play the Texans every week.
True. Very true.
Yo.
Which I got.
Man, oh man. Yesterday or a couple days ago, Steph Curry was on the mic, with TNT and those guys, Ernie and them. And he said something that sounded so sweet to me. Because, man, oh, man, they have been getting on Draymond Green. They said Draymond Green has a history. He said, well, we do too. And when you start talking about the history of these boys, the recent history, you cannot count them out. A lot of these series are just about over with or on the brink of being over. This series is just getting started. And I can't wait to see what these boys got because, yes, they have a lot of history.
Don?
What's attachment?
Yeah, they got history. Yeah, are we gonna pick and choose which history we go off of, Jimmie? What we doing?
We go last year if you like.
No, I don't want to go off of last year. I mean, I've seen other stuff happen to. Yeah, I've seen them blow it. I've seen them blow 3-1 lead. Seen that. I'm just not. I'm not. You know where I fall on the Warriors. I think they're gonna be gone in a matter of a couple days. it's cool to say, yeah, we got history. That's fine. We just seen all these teams come out in game 3 on their home court and blow these teams out. Y'all had all the energy, y'all had the fan support. That's fine. Like, I'm not taking that away from you. Y'all did what y'all had to do. But we can't just act like we're oblivious to what we saw when y'all was in Sacramento also. And I imagine, no, I'm not going to say that because last time when I gave a prediction for a game, it backfired on me. All I'm going to say is 3:30 today, we're going to see what happens.
I would love to hear your prediction, Charles.
Nah, man. I'm good.
Yeah.
Hey, I'm pretty sure you know where I fall on. Oh, I think you know where I fall on who I think going to win today.
Of course, when you are what they say, generational talent, it is very.
Oh, you think I'm a generational talent? I appreciate that.
I think Steph Curry is for sure. Uh, you know, everybody wants to be Luke. And just like you pointed out, they blew a 3-1 lead. This is also the same team that came back from 3-1 to KD and them. So they're not worried about Malik Monk. I promise you that. And that's Steph Curry making that statement on the mic. You feel me?
What that mean?
He don't speak too much. So I think when that man speaks, it should be heard.
Oh Jesus.
That's very bold.
So we should ignore Draymond then, because that's all he do is talk.
Yes, Steph Curry is he just cashed out that other one last game we had. It was not because of Draymond. We come back and win this game. We can't lose, because if we lose, it's going to be, well, we lost because Draymond came back and this, that, and the third. Curry got to cash that check as well. Got to even the series 2-2. Now we're talking about a different ball game. Now we're talking about you got to go back and light that motherfucking beam in Sacramento. Your ass is out in the Oracle, because you know game 6 is a dub.
It is.
Oh, Golden State ain't losing in Golden State.
Jimmie, this a must win for the Warriors?
Oh, most definitely.
I appreciate that, because you said that last time in game 2. I just had to get you to say that out loud so the Kings can,
The pressure is on them. You come from greatness. You better maintain it, sustain it.
All dynasties fall after a while.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah, you know more better than us.
Yeah, because I participate. It's a backhanded compliment, but I love it anyway. It comes with the same.
Hey, after that one man left, it was Patriots no more.
We still got that other man over there, Big Bill. Please stand up.
He ain't doing shit.
Yeah.
Darius, what you got on it?
I'll get on the Warriors a little later, so we can get to the next one.
Jalen Hurts extension. Bruh signed what it was 4 or 5 years, $179 million guaranteed. Is he worth this money? How does this affect Lamar?
I don't think it affects Lamar at all, because
I think it does.
I don't think it does. Either way, whether Lamar gets paid this year or next year, someone is going to pay him. And for him, I mean, he's already bet on himself once. I'm sure he's going to play on a franchise tag for $34 million. He's not going to sit out a year. We saw that happen with Le'Veon Bell, and Le'Veon Bell did not get his money. Obviously, there's a difference in the position, but I think Lamar will play this year. I think they will get him another receiver in the draft as far as a weapon. And we'll see where it goes from there. So whether Lamar is on a different team next year, I highly doubt he's going to be on a different team this year at this point. But I don't think it really affects him. I think we already know the next two to get paid is Herbert and Burrow. So he might get something in between there if they pay him, but I don't see them even paying him this year. So I don't think it affects him.
The only reason why I say it affects him is because the deal that he turned down was actually better than the Jalen Hurts deal. So now you out here looking crazy because the man that just led his team to the Super Bowl took, I don't want to say a lesser deal, but a more team friendlier deal, and you was going to get more guaranteed money, and you basically don't blew the bag now because who knows if the Ravens will even offer you what they offered you before.
I was thinking the exact same thing, but I also was gonna add on to how Jalen Hurts also changed his game. You know, he became
Mm.
a more efficient passer. You just signed OBJ to the Ravens for what? I mean, they don't really have a lot of pass game in Baltimore. They rely on
Mm.
running. Um, can Lamar Jackson's body even hold up?
Mm.
You going into paying him like that? You know, that's a high risk, high injury risk quarterback right there because of his style of play. I'm not saying that he doesn't deserve the bag, but I do think that Jalen Hurts getting signed from that perspective is influential.
Isaiah, where were you a couple weeks ago when I was arguing with two guys on this podcast about the Ravens? But Jimmie, what you got on this?
Wait, we're talking about Lamar here, not the Ravens, and I believe in the Ravens way more than I do
If
Lamar.
Lamar
Lamar,
is the Ravens.
wow, the
That
Ravens have more without Lamar than with Lamar. So just stop that. Let's put some respect on that. This
The
Ravens team.
Ravens,
Since your
Lamar is the
lifetime,
Ravens.
because since your lifetime, the Ravens have won 2 Super Bowls without Lamar Jackson. But that's neither here nor
That's all
there.
fine
As
and
far
dandy. I don't.
as
Your problem is you keep going to the past. What that got to do
I'm
with now?
because
Like, bro, what
you
does
shitting
that
on the
have to do with
Ravens,
the now?
you shitting on the Ravens when the Ravens have been more consistent than y'all.
They
Have
haven't.
been
I
have
seen
been
a stat the other day. I said, "Ooh, I can't wait for Jimmie to say that nonsense about the goddamn Ravens." You know, I looked up. They had a stat of who's won the AFC North division and
I don't
like
give a damn about
all
division
them
crown.
type of divisions. You know, the Ravens only had what are those bum ass Ravens? They only got 6. We got 11. That tells me that we've been more consistent. Have the Ravens got further in maybe those time periods?
How are
Maybe,
you
but
consistent when you don't have a winning percentage in the Super Bowl and they have 2 of them
what
in
does
2
that mean?
different decades?
We have a winning percentage is just 0 and it's 0. Yeah, that's a winning
But
percentage.
again, you're empty calories because you don't have nothing to show for it. These Ravens are championship contention every decade.
Bro,
So for
they last
y'all
Super
need top
Bowl.
end. Hold on. Y'all need top end talent just to compete. This team without their top end talent, which is who we're
Who
debating,
doesn't?
that which again, the Ravens have shown without top end talent, they can win the Super Bowl.
No, they
Yeah,
haven't. They had top
on
end talent on
offense.
their defense.
We remember what we're talking about. A quarterback here. You're trying to change the debate. You said I don't believe in Lamar Jackson. I don't. You said I don't believe in the Ravens. I do. There's a difference. The Ravens have
Jimmie, so you
consistency
saying if Lamar
within
is
their
gone, they can win
organization.
the Super Bowl? That's what you're saying.
I'm saying with Lamar gone, they will soon be in contention still for Super Bowl. If you get Lamar, I believe you handicap yourself more so. And that's not the recipe that has gotten them to 2 Super Bowls and allowed them to win.
But Jimmie, me and you were just on the same page the other day when me and you was talking. Well, you was leaning towards my way. When me and you was talking, you said that you don't think a team now could win a Super Bowl without a high end quarterback. Did I mistaken you on that?
No, that's right. And I don't believe Lamar Jackson. That's why I just said I don't believe in Lamar
So,
Jackson. I don't believe he's a high
but
end quarterback in today's era.
you don't think Lamar Jackson is a high end quarterback?
I had him 10 on my list. I believe he needs a lot around him to maximize his abilities. And his durability is his biggest question at the quarterback position. He's basically a running back.
Jimmie, I can't name 9 quarterbacks better than Lamar Jackson.
I know. I heard your list a couple weeks ago.
Jesus, like
I heard it.
what we doing here, bro? Like, and then the thing about it is, you
or
said
his ability.
no, but also you said just now, yeah, you agree that you need a high end quarterback. If Lamar Jackson is gone, who you think coming up in there? What Tyler Huntley gonna come up in there and just lead them to the Super Bowl?
No, they would have to trade him, and they would have to go up and get a one of these top draft picks that's in the draft.
Well, there's only one on here that I've changed my mind on this. I think there's only one quarterback that's gonna be great out of this draft.
And that's CJ Stroud. Or you
No,
think
that's
Bryce?
Bryce Young.
You think Bryce Young is going to be that guy?
They had the little thing for CJ Stroud. Why he not going number 1 is the S2 score. That measures how fast you process your decision making. And let's just say his wasn't that good. So I'm trying to figure out he comes into a division that has multiple defenses with multiple great defensive coordinators with his lack of being able to process quick enough. How is that going to help him out, Darius, since you had him going to the Ravens?
I said there was a potential he can go to the Ravens. And right now, there is talks that one, the Texans isn't going to draft a quarterback. And if they do, now they maybe Will Levis. And also, CJ Stroud is declining on draft boards. But I don't know. It could all be smoke and mirrors. Who the hell knows? This always happens during the fucking draft. So I really don't know where CJ Stroud is going to go at this point. But you guys didn't believe me. You guys didn't
Oh
believe
Lord,
me.
he got to go
Nah,
circle back to when he was right about something.
You guys didn't believe me when I said that there's a potential that he may fall past 2. But anyway,
Now Will Levis is.
but anyway, I already said that if the Ravens could plug in one of these rookie quarterbacks and still have a very competitive roster. I'm not saying they're a Super Bowl bound. I just said that they can be a competitive roster. And I also still believe in the Steelers, and the Bengals is still a top team in that division. So it's a very tough division that Don doesn't give credit. But so that's my thoughts on it. Anyone else got any round robins?
Well, nah, because that CJ Stroud one fell into that, so we can move on to the next topic.
All right. Most intriguing playoff matchups. I will start this one. For me, it was debating between the Bucks and the Heat, and that's only because I thought the Bucks was gonna win this series, and I still think they will, but I don't know when Giannis is gonna come back. And if Jimmy Butler keeps dropping 30, I told Don this a couple of weeks, was it last week or the week before? I said Jimmy Butler's going to give them one playoff Jimmy game, at least one, and drop 35. And he did that. The first game, he dropped 35. So again, he gave them another 30-point game without Giannis. I didn't know how this series is going to go now. But I'm going to go with the Warriors and Kings. Really, because if the Warriors lost that game 3 without Draymond, they were going to be in some trouble. And we realized that the Warriors are a very good home team. They're 33-8 when at home. Per ESPN, I'm just a messenger. That's it. Per ESPN, the Warriors is actually the third best defensive team when they play at home. Per ESPN, but when they play on the road, they're one of the fucking worst defenses in the league. This is a big game for Steph. This was a very big game for Steph. He came out, played very well. Looney, 20 rebounds from Looney. They played today, so let's see how this goes. In the last 10 games, the Kings have been 5-5. I said I agree with Don as far as if the Kings played the Warriors, I think they can beat the Warriors. But this is going to be a tough series because the veteran leadership of the Warriors. So right now, let's see if this can, spark a 2-2 series, and now it's going to be a ball game. Now we're going to see who's really going to take it. But again, it's always that scare when the Warriors play on the road if they're going to fucking win the game or not.
I like it, but I'll let Don or the actual Warrior fan spit. What's up?
Don.
No, he said the actual Warrior fan. I'm not a Warrior fan.
Secret Warrior fan over there.
I like that matchup. I don't think necessarily today is a must win for Golden State. I think that
what? Hold on. Hold on. You don't think today is a must win, and y'all would go down 3-1 going back to Sacramento?
I've seen Steph go to Boston and win 2 games. One game.
You got a lot of faith in Steph.
To that. So yeah. I think Game 5 is the biggest game in this series between Sacramento and Golden State. I think who wins that will probably end up winning the series. But this game today is a dub for Golden State. I'll tell you that.
That's your most intriguing playoff matchup?
For the first round, I mean, yeah, actually, the only team that would be rival to that is probably Memphis. I mean, Denver, that's a sweep. Atlanta, Boston, that's a sweep. Brooklyn, that was a sweep. Cleveland, New York is actually a good series. But I think last night was very offensively challenging for both teams. The Bucks, that's not really that hard of a matchup for them. They got that. I think this is probably the most balanced series in the first round. Not being biased.
You said a lot of bias, and you spoke like a delusional Warriors fan. Because I mean, Jesus, I mean,
you're relying on Jimmy Butler. I think
that's a good man to rely on.
Solely.
I don't think he has any jewelry. I'm rocking with.
Good count. What's your chest? You see how he can put those numbers up?
I don't think
it looked just as corny as when Clay did it. So
I think that's how many teams Jimmy Butler have been on. But Clay,
bro, you were just defending Jimmy Butler with me. What are we doing?
I mean, of course, I'm defending.
Now he got to defend his Warriors,
right? Because he always coming for greatness. I
didn't say anything about. I literally have not said nothing about the Warriors. I literally haven't. I just said that he just sounded delusional because he said that was
like a delusional Warrior fan. You didn't say nothing about
that? They done got spoiled. The Warriors fans done got spoiled, so now they just have all this delusion that their team can just continue to be the same old Warriors as they was before. All I'm saying is some of these series is more interesting than he gave credit. Like that Boston Atlanta just beat Boston the other night. Miami, they give some respect to us, man.
You can't put respect on Miami. Don't do this.
Hush, Jimmy. Hush, Jimmy. Hush, Jimmy.
I want to hear that.
I mean, but their stars are hurt though. You look at it like that Heat Bucks series is not really the same without Giannis, because you know what Miami is capable of doing to the Bucks based off of their previous matchups in recent years. They've always had the blueprint for stopping Giannis, building that wall with those defensive-minded players that Miami recruits. As far as Atlanta, yeah, they got a win the other night, but Boston too deep for them. That's not happening no more. I think Jaylen Brown probably had like what 8 points the other night, 12 points. That's not happening again.
Jimmy, if you going off of, I think you going the one that we had talked about yesterday. So I'm gonna just backpack off of you, the one where me and Darius owe a man apology. I ain't gonna lie to you.
Who?
Oh my God.
Oh, Mikel.
That's who you going. That's who you going with.
Nah, but I think I might have to swerve because Russell Westbrook and the Clippers and the Suns. I know it's 3-1, but it looks beautiful. The way Russ is disrespecting all the haters who is disrespecting him. Russ is doing.
Darius, don't do that. Don't do that. We owe that man an apology. We owe that man an apology.
We definitely owe Jimmy an apology for Mikel and Westbrook, because Westbrook has played well this playoffs so far. Go ahead.
You talking about this man, Russell Westbrook? Yes, he's constantly rocking the baby, but he's always dealing with adversity. Sometimes it's his fault, sometimes it's not his fault, and again, it's not his fault. You talking about relying on pandemic P again? I know injuries. You're not gonna wish nobody, no injuries on nobody. Kawhi isn't there, and Russ is still showing them without KD. I'm this guy, triple double god. without Kawhi and Paul George now. I'm this guy, still capable at 33, 34 years old, out his prime, supposedly washed. Jumper, shooting better than Curry. Yes, that man, Steph Curry. The one you just were saying is the best of all time, out of blasphemy. Westbrook is shooting better than him in the postseason. This man, Russell Westbrook, just self-proclaimed himself the best point guard rebound of all time. That's clear. You didn't even have to say that, Russell. We see your effort. We see your hustle. The things that everyone can do, he's doing as a star. I love to see it. Top notch. Russell Westbrook rocking the beat.
I gotta agree with him. You know, we talked the other day, and I said, "Yeah, Jimmie, I owe you an apology. I owe Russell Wilson. I mean, Russell Westbrook. I don't owe Russell Wilson an apology. I owe Russell Westbrook an apology. You know, you know, I just had to think about it, and I was just like, you know, I was wrong. I was not expecting him to put on this performance that he's put on. To be honest with you, bruh, is, you could make an argument. Well, nah, Devin Booker been balling. I was gonna say you can make an argument Westbrook been the best player in this series, to be honest with you. But I mean, from his defensive tenacity to his offense, I mean, bro, I believe last game he was efficient too. So a
True
good bit of
Energizer Bunny.
Yeah, now that's an Energizer Bunny, not no Pat Bev. But me and you on the same page right now, so I'm a slide. I'm gonna leave it alone. But I'm just saying, like, I owe that man an apology. He's been leading the Clippers, short-handed Clippers, to tough losses against the Suns, and the way, I mean, even think about that play he had on Devin Booker when he blocked him, then threw the ball off of him to secure that win for the Clippers. I'm sorry I ever doubted that man. I wish he was on my Miami Heat right now, because Kevin Love ain't cutting it for me right now.
Yeah, he said he didn't want to. Remember that, Jimmie?
He said it.
That was
What did he
wild.
Why,
say?
Jimmie?
But I'm
Jimmie,
sorry.
why, Jimmie? Why he talking like he wasn't just with?
Yo, come on,
Hey man,
clutch?
this ain't
Where?
this. Hey, this ain't about me, man.
But you
Hey.
trying to put it on me though?
Hey, I apologize too, man.
I was the only one wrong.
I apologize too, man. Nah. Jimmie hit it on the money with Russ and Mikel. We got to give them their flowers. But this fucking Clippers team has a deep roster as well, and I wish that they had at least Kawhi there every night, because that would make this series a true game. Like, you would not know who's gonna win. And without Paul George, I mean, we kind of already seen it that they could steal a couple games, but without Kawhi, it's just like, damn, Russ can't do everything, even though they do have a deep roster. But I mean, I can't rely on what's the Bones Highland,
Eric Gordon.
Eric Gordon.
A chucker.
Yeah, I can't count on them every single night.
Powell.
I need my star. So yeah, man. But fellas, this was a good one. Everyone got their most intriguing. So I think Don, you went with.
I'm rocking with Jimmie. I gotta go to Clippers and Suns, because I owe that man Russ an apology. I mean, that's and all the games have been interesting. Like, it hasn't been a blowout like how I feel like it should be, since the Clippers are missing multiple players. But you also got to think about it. They still got Ty Lue coaching, and they still got Westbrook, who looking like OKC Russ out there.
Yeah, Suns bench.
What'd you say?
Suns don't have a bench. Norman
That's a
Powell.
fact.
Norman Powell has been hooping like Paul George, actually.
Well, let's slow down on that one. Let's slow down.
He did drop 40.
Okay, but we going off of just 2 games. Where was he the first 2 games?
Nah,
he's a 6 man of the year though.
Yeah, I'm about to say, respectfully, he averaged the most points off the bench.
Yeah, but I'm just saying, where was he the first 2 games of the series?
Well, I mean, his role was different. Kawhi was out there.
True.
But if he Paul George, he gonna get his buckets.
But I mean,
not pandemic P. Sure.
That with Kawhi out there, he's sliding to the third option.
I'm not sold on it. They need Paul George. If they have Paul George, I think they could at least be up 2-1 or something right now.
Yeah, that definitely could be the series. Fellas, this was a great episode. Great episode. And thank you guys for tuning in. Remember to like, share, subscribe, comment, hit us up YouTube, TikTok, Twitter, Facebook, IG. And you guys already know. Until next time, peace.
This that COMEUP. Stand back while I do me. I'm the King James of this era. Do my best to be 2-3. You see the metaphoric beat destroying MC. They had to wait his turn, sit and learn from the OGs, but slowly I had myself out like a slowly get take paper to make paper. So I'm speaking from this loose leaf. Damn. I ain't even gotta talk about it. They said you public in the basement, but your songs is private. Bring back the monster, the one that you keep locked in. Shit, I ain't gotta score the points. Look at John Stockton. I put my niggas on just so they can make a profit. But for now, I ain't get up and play that monster in the closet. Mon V hit 23. Rest in peace to every beat. Bring them leather bags and bring them white sheets. I'm all that in the bag of chips. Hit that nigga if he trip. Nigga run, you better not trip. Cause if you slip, I'm catching up. Niggas, y'all running too slow. And if you running too fast, I'm gonna pick up me some more. Cause y'all niggas been tripping. Yeah, y'all niggas been slipping. Y'all talk about cars and not the women, but